Confirmed.
What's going on, guys? I'm your host, mfwriter, and welcome back to some Black Ops 2 gameplay. We're playing some hardcore kill confirmed, using the Remington 870 shotgun with a long barrel and stock. And it does pretty good. It does good in hardcore kill confirmed. Never played it before. Well, it's a fun game, but that's not why we're here. This is the start of something new and beautiful. Series where basically once a week I'm gonna upload a video, tell you guys a funny story or something that happened to me that's interesting, and hopefully you enjoy it. So this week is the first time I skipped school in high school. So basically what you'd have to do, this is my first time doing it, is we'd get there, to school on a bus. My bus got there a little bit early because I was really close to school. And what you'd have to do is you get off the bus, you meet up with your friends like 7 o'clock, and you have to leave out the back gate in the parking lot. That's the only place you can get out without cameras seeing you, because you don't want to get caught. So basically, the gym was attached to the back parking lot. Like you walk out the back door, you have your student parking lot, and the cameras were faced in at all the cars, so they could see if somebody like broke into someone's car, but they weren't on the perimeter of the parking lot, so you couldn't see the chain link fence or anything. You had like a 10-foot space in between where the chain link fence started and where you could actually see on a camera. Why we knew this information, I'm not sure. I think one of my friends had been in the security room before, but anyway, so we would go trace around the border of the fence, and there is a gate with about a 2.5-foot gap that you would have to throw your stuff under, drop down onto your stomach or your back or whatever, and like roll under it. You had to be completely flat, otherwise you wouldn't get through it. And if you was a hefty guy, it wasn't happening. You'd have to jump it, and they got barbed wire at the top, so it wasn't happening. So throw our stuff under, we go back to my friend's house. We chill for a little bit. He's like, I'm hungry, let's go get something to eat. About 11, we go out KFC, eat and whatnot, and we're on our way back. We're walking back to his house. We got our skateboards and whatnot. We're just skating around, looking different spots to go skate. And he sees a car parked in front of a house. Now he swears this is his mom's car. It's the same make and model, he's like, dude, that's my mom's car. She can't see me. Like, is that her? And I'm like, dude, I don't think that's her car, man. So he goes up, he puts his hand on the window, like peeks in to see if, any of the same stuff's there that's in his mom's car. And, turns out it wasn't. So that was cool. We kept going. About 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, they came up real quick, really quick. We had a police car come up and stop us. It was two officers. And they asked us, what we're doing, because, we were 15. We looked like we were in high school. We had our backpacks on. So it looked like we had just came from school. They asked us, like, what are you doing? And we're like, oh, well, we were late to school, so we're just heading there now. Because we were heading back to catch the bus home. So the cops are like, well, let's call your parents and, verify that. So I didn't have a house phone at the time, so my cell phone had no number to contact my parents. That was all gravy. Kyle, on the other hand, he had his mom's phone in it, his mom's number in his phone. So he went through while, he's like, all right, let me pull it up for you. So while he pulled it up for him, he deleted the number while he was, like telling him, like, I'm looking through my phone. So when he gives him the phone to call the name, there's no number there to call, and couldn't get a hold of him. So they're like, well, the reason why we're here is because a lady called and said that 2 kids were trying to break into her car. Do you want to talk to us about that? And, Kyle sat there explaining. He's like, no, I thought it was my mom's car. I figured she'd give us a ride. So, I stopped, looked in the car, see if it was hers. It wasn't. We kept walking. That was that. Wasn't really much to it. They didn't ask no further questions about it. That was the end of that. They're like, all right, well, you're not supposed to be out of school, so we got to bring you to the principal's office since we can't verify that you're really, just heading there. So they put us in handcuffs and put us in the back of this cop car, and we're on our way back to school. It's only about a 5-minute drive from where we were, and the cops, the 2 police officers, are sitting there telling us about how they used to skip school when they were kids and how they used to do it. And they're saying that, back in the day, you could just leave if you were 18, you could walk off campus and smoke a cigarette or something like that, so nobody paid attention. And that's how they left school. But up until my sophomore year, you were allowed to leave for lunch period in your car. If you were, if you had student parking, you can drive your car to school, you were allowed to leave. But someone got in a very bad car accident, and basically they said, we can't keep an eye on you while you're out at lunch period, so they put an end to that. So we get back to school, we're in handcuffs, we're getting brought into the front office, the main office, and everybody's looking like, whoa, what's going on? Like, why are they in handcuffs? A lot of my friends are like, yo, what's going on, man? And I couldn't say nothing because, we're just being escorted inside. We get into the principal's office and everything, and they're like, okay, why weren't you here? And I don't know, Kyle came up with some bullshit story on how, like, we woke up late, and then went and got lunch and, started walking to school. But they had on camera that of us getting off our bus. So they're like, well, no, you didn't come late to school. You were here and you left. So we're like, fuck, like, they saw us, we're fucked. And at the time, it was like 2 weeks into my sophomore year, and I hadn't filled out that form yet, where you have to fill out, like, your parent information and all that. And we had changed numbers or whatever, we didn't even have a house phone at the time, so there was no one for them to even call. But, I hadn't finished that form yet, so they had no information to call, my parents or anything. Kyle's information, he always fudged it just so they couldn't call his mom, because his mom was crazy. She was a crazy lady. So anyway, we're in the principal's office. They can't contact any of our parents, and that was basically it. We got away with it. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. I'm mfwriter, and I'll catch you later. Peace.